Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to the Tuesday, October 17, Days of Our Lives spoilers, Talia Hunter ran into Bill Brady outside the bar and learned that Sean Brady left the city to be close to his family and to seek the care he needed. Belle urged Talia to avoid her since she was still hanging out. After the confrontation, Jada Hunter discovered Talia crying and wanted to confront Belle about being cruel, but Talia ordered her to keep her distance. Talia acknowledged she had made the decision to go back to California after Jada said that things would get better in due course. Jada attempted to persuade Talia to reconsider her choice, but Talia was set in her ways. Harris Michaels tried to get Rafe Hernandez to join the Salem Police Department because Hernandez attended the police academy before joining the military and had the requisite qualifications. Rafe brought up how Harris had abducted Steve Johnson and John Black, but he was only being mean to Harris. Rafe agreed to recruit Harris and gave the impression that he had a first case in mind for him, even though he would need the mayor's consent before it would be official. Ava Vitale, in the meantime, spoke with Clyde Weston on the phone and was given the go-ahead to visit him at Statesville Street soon. Ava hurriedly left after informing Trip Johnson that she needed to take care of something. On Tuesday's episode of Days, Ava met with Clyde and questioned him about why he pursued her son. Clyde made it plain that it was only a warning, but if Ava didn't comply, Trip would be killed. Clyde revealed that he was determined to build a pharmaceutical empire and that he wanted E.J. Demura to lead it until Ava removed his leverage. While he was gathering investors, Clyde made sure Susan Banks was put on ice with Edmund Crumb. When it came time to truly use Susan as leverage on E.J., Ava messed things up by stepping in to save Susan. However, Clyde noted that Ava had prior management experience, so he was certain that she could succeed E.J. as the leader of the Philly gang. Clyde claimed that he had connections at the bistro and could get her a work there because Ava insisted she was going straight and would obtain a respectable job instead. Ava's loved ones wouldn't know anything, but her primary occupation would be helping Clyde. Ava knew Clyde would kill Trip if she didn't help, even though she definitely didn't want to oversee his drug enterprise. Clyde believed that this was the start of a successful friendship and was happy to have put Ava in a difficult situation. Wendy Shin returned to Tripp's home with updates following her trip to the unemployment office. Tripp suggested that perhaps Wendy and Ava should look for employment together. Wendy was outraged that the person who attacked Tripp was still out there after she saw the damage he had done to his arm as he pulled back in pain. Tripp pretended the man was just another random junkie and wasn't bothered at all, despite Wendy's concerns that he might return. Harris noticed Ava looking anxious at the town square, but she reassured him that everything was okay. Harris claimed that he had already completed his first job after acknowledging that Rafe had employed him at the Salem PD. Ava exhibited unease when Harris mentioned that Rafe wanted him to learn who handed Susan to Edmund since she already knew the truth. On Tuesday's DOOL program, Rafe joined Jada and Talia as they got ready to part ways at the pub. Talia would be taking tonight's final trip out with her suitcase in tow. Talia cried and eventually went for the airport after Jada shared a tender moment with her. In an effort to ease Jada's grief over Talia's leaving, Rafe said that she might return in the future. On Tuesday's episode of Days, Chad Demura was at the park and thought about how much he missed Abigail Demura and how Clyde managed to live with himself after what he did. E.G. later consoled Chad at the mansion because he realized it was Abigail's birthday. While Chad attempted to concentrate on the positive news of Susan's recovery, E.G. saw his suffering and expressed regret that Abigail didn't get the chance to return home as well. Chad grinned a little and said he didn't mind hearing that after E.G. wished he had killed Clyde when he had the chance. E.G. said that it was unfortunate that Belle and Sean arrived before they could kill Clyde. Chad nodded in agreement when E.G. said it would have been entertaining to see Clyde bleed to death in the graveyard. On Tuesday's episode of Days, Clyde smiled to himself over how his plans ended up working out. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, there will be a lot more Clyde drama in the future. In the week of October 23 to 27, according to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Xander Cook and Alex Kyriakis will have a contentious argument. Given how fiercely Xander guards Maggie Kyriakis, that may have contributed to Alex's decision to ignore her at Titan. Naturally, Xander would sneer at Alex for believing he is the top dog in Salem now that people know he is Victor Kyriakis' son and pointing it out. Since it appears that Theresa Donovan modified the letter to designate Alex as the new heir to Victor's dynasty, Days will undoubtedly try to create a rivalry between Alex and Xander. We'll chat about another bombshell while we wait for that one to be disclosed, though. Theresa will arrive shortly after this altercation with Xander, according to Days rumors, and discover a very bloody Alex. This lines up with a behind-the-scenes duo image that Robert Scott Wilson leaked earlier this year in an Instagram story. In that stolen picture, Alex looks as though he may have suffered a serious abdominal injury because his white dress shirt is covered in red all over. Theresa might intervene on Alex's behalf and ensure that he is taken immediately to the hospital because it appears that the gory scenes Alex has been acting out are now finally about to be played out. Theresa and Alex's feelings for one another might be strengthened in such a way that would be fantastic. Theresa may at some point believe that her deceit regarding Victor's son was what started all, and she may feel bad for placing a bullseye on Alex's back. Given the date of his altercation with Alex and Theresa's discovery shortly after, Xander may undoubtedly be held accountable for this crime. But this time around, Xander might be completely innocent. Because of this, Xander might be wrongfully arrested, ruining his chances of getting custody. But Sarah Horton might end up being one of the only individuals who genuinely believes him. This might develop into a big Days mystery that reveals some shocking information because Alex's real assailant might still be there somewhere. Since we already know that Sarah will reunite in the end, Sarah might wind up clearing Xander's name. There are lots of interesting directions this story could take. Stay with us for updates on the frightful scenes that will occur since Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that Theresa will be scared by her Alex discovery till then. According to Wednesday, October 18 Days of Our Lives spoilers, Leo Stark will be furious that Dimitri von Leishner ruined their attempt to have a happily ever after. Dimitri may spend a significant amount of time in prison now that he is being prosecuted on criminal accusations. Leo appears to be planning to rob Dimitri at the hospital of his pudding cup before attacking him. Leo will be furious with Dimitri for destroying everything. But according to Duo spoilers, Dimitri still thinks they can have a happy ending. Unfortunately, Dimitri's scheme will see him commit more crimes and drag Leo into new ones. It won't take long for Dimitri to persuade Leo that their only opportunity for love fulfillment lies in an escape plan. E.J. Dinmero will reportedly visit Dimitri's room in the interim, so it will be interesting to see if he's there to cause trouble, make a suggestion, or both. They will eventually arrive at the hospital to speak with Dimitri after Rafe Hernandez has finished consoling Jada Hunter over Talia Hunter's return to California. According to teasers for other days, Stephen Demira and Gabby Demira will work together to execute a power play that might make them both very wealthy. Later, Gabby and Stefan will tell EJ some news, although there may be some deception involved. It's possible that Stefan and Gabby are plotting to turn on EJ at Demira Enterprises while appearing to be on his side. Days spoilers indicate that Paulina Price will approach Marlena Evans across town for assistance in saving her marriage while Abe Carver mulls divorcing. Abe will inform John Black on the problems in his relationship with Paulina, so he can admit that every time they are together, he feels under pressure to be someone he might never be again. John, though, may believe that Abe should be more receptive and give his wife a genuine chance to win him over because he is pulling for Paulina and Abe's future together. Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that AB will eventually have to decide whether or not to end his marriage, but a memory flood may ultimately change the outcome. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.